Welcome, creeps. You're listening to the Umbra Tapes, where we dive into unsolved mysteries, disturbing cases, and the downright weird. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Leah. Thanks for creeping in.
The highway disappears behind you. The trees get thicker. The radio starts to hiss with static. Then it materializes before your eyes. A town that looks forgotten. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong. You pass abandoned houses swallowed by weeds, foundations where homes used to stand, and smoke rising from the earth itself. Beneath this town, beneath every road, every sidewalk, every empty lot, a fire has been burning for over 60 years. Tonight, we're talking about the town that inspired horror movies, conspiracy theories, and urban legends across America. This is Centralia.
Yeah, that's exciting. So I love Centralia, and I know obviously Silent Hill is based on this. And this is one of the main reasons I really wanted to do this.
That's why you wanted to look into Centralia?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, here's a common misconception, actually, is, see, the video game came before the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
I knew that.
The movie is what's based off of Centralia, not the video game.
Okay.
So there's like some little things that were manipulated during the making of the movie that was like specifically based on Centralia, whereas the video game is...
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I've actually played like the video game. Really, I think I've seen other people play, like watch them, but I've never actually done it. So I know the part like right in the beginning of when they get to Silent Hill is obviously like the ashes falling down and like the big drop off.
And the big sign that says like, welcome to Silent Hill.
Yes. Yeah.
Either way, it's somewhere I definitely want to visit.
Yes, me too.
And you haven't been there.
No.
Why haven't we gone? It's not even that far away.
We should have planned this. I know, it's really close.
Well, one day we shall go.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about Centralia and how this little tragedy happened.
Okay.
Long before Centralia became a ghost town, this land was wilderness. Dense forests stretched across the Appalachian Ridge, just untouched land sitting above one of the richest anthracite coal deposits in the country. And in 1793, that land was purchased by none other than Robert Morris, a founding father, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, and one of the wealthiest men in America at the time.
Cool.
He went bankrupt only 6 years later, and the land was seized by the Bank of the United States of America. For decades, nothing happened. The wilderness remained mostly untouched until 1830, when a banker and philanthropist, Stephen Girard, recognized the area's hidden potential: coal. And not just any coal, anthracite coal. Hard coal, dense coal that burns hotter and cleaner than almost any other type. The kind of coal that built industries, powered railroads, and heated cities, and made fortunes. Still, the land sat mostly underdeveloped, until a man named Jonathan Faust arrived. In 1833, Faust made his first real claim to the land that would eventually become Centralia. At this time, it wasn't called Centralia, it was called Bull's Head, named after a tavern that Jonathan Faust built that became the center of the tiny settlement. And here's a strange thing, because Faust didn't technically own the land. He just
the Bank of America did
put his flag there and was like, this is mine. And people were like, okay.
Didn't the bank own it though?
Yeah.
Oh,
technically, yeah. He was just like, yeah.
Can I do that? Can I just go next door and just like stick a flag?
This is mine. Well, hey, squatters' rights, right?
Yeah.
I also found this super interesting about anthracite coal. Probably sounds super boring, but
no,
this coal is different from most other kind of coals that like you would see, or like a charcoal that you would burn, or like something that trains would use, because it's older and it's super dense. Like it even has like the shiny sheen to it. It's actually really pretty. And when it burns, it has a super high carbon content. So it burns slower and hotter, and it doesn't keep a flame. It just burns and smolders.
So that is definitely sounds like something that's valuable.
Absolutely.
And could also cause a tragedy like this.
Absolutely.
That we're going to talk about. Wow.
Bull's Head was little more than a rough stop along the rugged Reading Road. The route travelers crossed across the mountains. A few scattered buildings, a tavern, wilderness, but underneath it all was coal. And once coal companies realized exactly how much coal sat beneath these mountains, everything changed.
I bet. Greedy ass.
That's definitely what happens. That's usually what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
In 1842, the land was purchased by the Locust Mountain Coal and Iron Company, and that purchase transformed the region forever. A mining engineer named Alexander Ray began laying out streets, dividing lots, and designing a town from the ground up. Originally, he named it Centerville, but there was already another Pennsylvania town with that name, so eventually, Centerville became Centralia. And by the mid-1800s, Centralia exploded. Railroads cut through the mountains, coal mines opened up across the regions, workers flooded in from all over the world. Irish immigrants, Eastern European families, coal miners desperate for work. Here we go.
Wow.
Big business buys this thing, steps in, and just is like, we're going to take Mother Earth for all she's got.
Yep. And then all the just like population moving in like that. I mean, I can just imagine what kind of.
Again, watching something being built from the ground up is super fascinating. With like these big corporations that come in and buy things and they make a claim to it. I'm super torn on capitalism because
me
capitalism is a good thing. It's a good thing that we have options and we can do what we want, but there's always shitty people that take advantage of the situation.
Absolutely.
There's always going to be shitty
Greed.
people.
Just pure
if
greed.
people were fair, capitalism would work. It always comes at a cost.
Yeah, people are greedy. It's never enough.
No.
It seems like it's never enough.
By 1866, Centralia officially became a borough. 7 churches stood throughout the town. Hotels lined the streets. Saloons buzzed late into the night. Everything revolved around coal. And like many mining communities of the area, Centralia essentially became a company town. The coal companies controlled almost everything. Many miners were paid not in real money, but company script. Currency that could only be spent in company-owned stores. Families rented company-owned homes, bought company-owned supplies, and worked in company-owned mines.
What? I hate that.
This is a super common practice, especially with the mining industry.
Wow.
Because when this happened, it essentially was like a gold rush. It was like, oh, there's all this commerce going on, and this is the only industry that this town runs off. It's the only form of like employment that these people have. Obviously.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, why not? We'll just issue our own money, and you're obviously
you can buy everything we have here with it, like a house, a house, food. Like I get that, but that's so strange to me.
I feel like the reason why something like that wouldn't work now is because we have the availability and the transportation to like travel outside of our area. Whereas at that time, like I would imagine you couldn't even like transfer script between different mining companies. Either way, it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, and if it gave them everything they needed, why would it matter, I guess?
Yeah, at that point, it's like, why are you bothering to pay me? You might as well just
give me my free house and my free,
yeah. You know what other...
Like a per diem type of thing with food or something?
Is a company town that has like a super rich, interesting history is Hershey Park.
In PA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Another PA place.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I guess maybe this is just a common practice with the era.
Yeah.
Not only were
coal was of huge. I mean, that was the only thing that was their fuel.
That's what I mean.
That was their gas. Yeah. So that's probably what was the huge.
So not only are they just like being paid with these little scripts, I mean, but the work was so brutal.
Oh God. Can imagine. Ugh.
The mining itself was one of the most dangerous jobs in America. They had havens, explosions, toxic gas leaks, black lung disease. The mines created wealth for the companies and misery for the workers.
Sounds about right. That's any fucking job ever, but you know.
any job ever, but like, come on now. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, I know. I've seen old like westerns where they're like blowing out for like gold and stuff like that. They're blowing out the sides of mountains and whatever. But like coal is like straight up like underground,
The
and
type
it's
of
like
people
scary.
this work had to have created was like, these people had to have been hard and tough. And
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know.
Their lungs of blackened coal. Like, that's crazy.
Like the claustrophobia alone of just
yes.
being underground in this place like a cave in. I mean, I don't know.
I would get terrible claustrophobia.
Unfair working conditions and poorly paid labor. It brought about this group called the Molly Maguires.
Okay.
So,
Kind of like a union, probably.
mm,
The first union, maybe? I don't know.
I wouldn't necessarily say union, but I'll let you be the judge of what the Molly Maguires are. During the late 1860s and early 70s, tension in the coal region reached its breaking point. Workers faced horrifying conditions, long hours, dangerous mines, low pay, and in response, a secret Irish organization known as the Molly Maguires emerged. To some, they were freedom fighters, to others, terrorists. The group used intimidation, sabotage, and violence against mine bosses and coal operators they viewed as abusive. One of their most infamous tactics was something called coffin notice. It was a warning, sometimes handwritten, sometimes drawn. It was a crude image of a coffin left on a foreman's doorstep. This message was super simple. Stop what you're doing, quit your job, or you die. Sometimes those warnings became reality. Mine superintendents, police constables, and foremen were murdered across Pennsylvania coal county. Eventually, the Pinkerton Detective Agency infiltrated the organization. Trials followed. In the 1870s, 20 men accused of being Molly Maguires were executed by hanging.
Oh my God.
The event became known as the Day of the Rope. So the first thing I wanted to say after reading this, I was like, a coffin notice sounds so badass.
It does, but like, I mean, they were just doing this like purely because like the foreman is the person that's in charge of like the crew type of thing.
Yeah. So basically they were taking out like company heads because they wanted justice. They wanted change. So
were they
they were
doing
revolutionaries.
Were they doing this like on like the requests of these groups that they were foremen of, or were they just like going around and just like causing havoc? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that they were necessarily just like running around causing havoc. They wanted change for the miners. They were obviously miners.
Were the miners
themselves.
in on it too? Like the ones that they were like killing their bosses?
I would say that they were like the leaders of the miners. You know what I mean? Like they were the freedom fighters for the miners' cause. I'm assuming that the Molly Maguires were actually miners themselves at one point, or they had family members that were miners and they wanted change for the industry. And clearly, I look at it a lot as like street justice or like motorcycle gangs that like take things into their own hands.
It seems like a gang type of thing, but that was why I was curious, like if it was something that the miners were like, "Yo, we got this really big asshole over here."
Like they called them up.
Yeah, like
I'm sure they just knew. I don't know.
Through the grapevine.
This is a
like this group down the lane.
Yeah, like call them up. Like, get that foreman. I put that coffin notice on there. That's the guy.
I wish we could do that now. I mean, not literally kill them, but just threaten.
Just a threat. Tiny little threat.
That would be nice. Made me feel a little bit better, you know.
I think some people could benefit from a little threat.
Yeah, agreed.
So this is a super, super fun fact that I read about this, the Day of the Rope when these men were hanged. There was this woman and her name was Mary Catherine Fox, and she witnessed both the execution of the Molly Maguires and the assassination of William McKinley.
Oh, wow.
So William McKinley was assassinated in Buffalo at Pan American Exposition.
Yes. Yeah.
Super, super interesting. This is going to come up quite a bit in these histories and of our local lore.
I know that Perrysburg has relations
so you do
to
know.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
I've been there.
Yeah, but I didn't know you would know. I was so excited when I read it. I was like, oh my God, she's going to love this. I'd be pissed if you already knew it.
I knew. Sorry.
Back to Centralia. By then, Centralia had already become deeply tied to the coal beneath it. The mines gave the town life, and for decades later, some of those same mines would destroy it.
Wow, it's like a full circle thing.
This entire
like
thing.
That's crazy.
We're literally seeing the birth and the death of an area. It's crazy to see. It's crazy to see.
So cool though.
So often we don't get to see the end.
Yeah,
you know, like
because we take it for granted because you never. I mean, obviously we know
don't think it's gonna end.
Coal, but so you never know. Things happen like this.
Look at something.
It's a natural disaster. What happened technically? I mean, it wouldn't have happened if there wasn't coal, which is like a natural thing.
Yeah,
so,
but it was. I don't know. I think they were stupid. We'll get into that. But like, look at a town like where we are. Like, this could very easily just been like, oh, jobs all went away. Manufacturing plants went. When I was a little kid, I thought this place was a ghost town.
Yeah.
Like, dead ass.
I just went to a ghost town in West Virginia. They had a flood and the entire town, there's multiple buildings, but it's like abandoned. Like the entire town is completely abandoned.
Was this the recent flood?
I think it was a year or two ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember watching like news
There's nothing there.
Their
closest like place, there's a Dollar General and there's like a Walmart like an hour away.
Oh my
like we were
God.
in the middle of nowhere and there was nothing there. Like a gas station. There was a gas station.
But there were no people, like people that
there was random like people that you'd see, but like there was houses. Like there was houses, people's homes.
But people just didn't live in them?
But there was no like the buildings that were there was like a whole, just like here, there was like a whole almost like town, village, whatever you want to call it, nothing. It was all abandoned buildings. Like there was nobody in
They were all like boarded up and stuff?
They were either boarded up or just they were not in use. Like they were just there. There was no signs up. There was nothing, no one in them. There was no one driving through the town. Like I've never seen such a derelict, desolate place. It was actually scary. And it's like very like rural. So it's,
I mean, I think West Virginia, I'm like,
the hills.
So often is that the case in West Virginia. I'm sure there's lots of places like that are just like ghost towns.
It was scary though. Like it was
the
weird.
Jobs washed up, you know?
This one was because it flooded and no one ever put their businesses back there.
That whole thing with that flood that happened like a year ago was wild. The media coverage I was watching on this, I felt so bad. Like,
that's where it was.
I was so upset. We've talked about the birth of Centralia. We're going to talk about the death. In May 1962, Memorial Day was approaching. The town wanted to clean up the local landfill before the holiday, so officials hired contractors to burn the trash. At the time, controlled burns were common, routine, nothing unusual. The fire was lit, the garbage was burned, and everyone believed the problem was solved. But beneath that landfill, hidden underground, was an enormous network of abandoned mine tunnels. And somehow, the fire reached them. Deep underground, the anthracite coal ignited. And once anthracite coal catches fire, it's become something almost impossible to stop. Anthracite coal doesn't erupt into towering flames, it smolders at terrifying temperatures, and underground, the conditions were perfect. The fuel was obviously the coal itself. The heat, the trash fire. And the oxygen, the mine shafts like acted as like these pulsing lungs, like just sending air right to the fire. Everybody knew that this coal was underneath there. They created a whole mining community over it.
Yeah.
They knew it was under there.
Yeah.
Why would you risk it just to get rid of some trash? Like you would have had to have had some different type of trash disposal service.
Yeah.
Rather take it in truck somewhere else, like far, far away. I don't know why this was even a thought that would cross anybody's head. And how was this routine? And if they did do this
that
before,
much trash that it went like that's.
It sounds like they did it annually.
A burning of trash.
Yeah.
So they just kept it all in one pile and then did it.
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, that would cause a big enough fire to probably start something.
Yes, but why are you burning it? Like you're literally like
that's the question. That's insane. There's no reason for that. It probably smelled so bad.
People are just like, they go down in that mine every day. They created an employment of it. But
just bury it. Like just bury it in the old mines.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Just bury it in the old mines.
Anything. Don't light it on fire when you literally have a fuel source underneath you. I don't know.
That wasn't very smart.
It's crazy to think that something like this was like, oh, we want to memorialize like our fallen men and doing
then
this thing.
Kill the whole town in the process.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So after this fire was lit and they put it out and they realized it was burning, they were like, okay, we got to start trying to figure out how to put this out. And at first, the response was small. You know, local crews tried to use standard firefighting equipment. They dumped dirt over the area, tried to smolder it, but it didn't work because it wasn't a house fire. It wasn't even like visible flames. It was burning beneath them. State officials became involved, then federal agencies. And what followed was decades of failure. I don't know why they thought that would work.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, they obviously had to try something because something's better than nothing. But you know what? I feel like I was thinking like take an axe and like just like cut. Like, I don't know how it was. Yeah. Like how it was
so
burning.
That was one
like,
thing that they had tried.
Yeah. I would have just
the
like
federal
cut
government tried, not obviously the small town couldn't.
Yeah, because coal, I mean, obviously there's coal mines, but you literally have to mine it. So there's places where there isn't coal. So like it was at something
sounds
where
like underneath here, like the entire underground was just
it had to have been because this is what it did.
Like I'm sure there was areas of the town that they weren't even aware that like the coal reached that far, but they had to have known because Centralia isn't the only mining town in the area. Like it's like every town all over the Appalachians. I don't know. Why burn it? Why burn it? Is that just what they did back then?
It must be. If it was an annual thing, then that was just normal, I'm assuming.
Over the next 20 years, officials tried nearly everything imaginable to stop this fire. They dug trenches around the fire, like I said, like you said, they should have did that.
That's what I would have done. Yeah.
Like hoping that they would cut it off from like the fuel source, but it didn't work.
Isolate it.
Fire actually spread even faster because as they were digging into the earth, they were giving it more oxygen into this fire.
Bro.
Tried flooding it, though it became like
a tragedy.
It became something that they thought they could manage and like live with it. And they thought they could just live with it, just burning
and just leave it.
And just leave it. But that's obviously not what happened. I don't know what else they could have done.
No, honestly. I don't either. If they did all that, cement even, like I feel like that's like above and beyond. But
there's nothing that they could have done. I mean, once that fire was lit, literally that's it. I mean, that was the end of this town.
Get on your hands and knees and pray to Mother Nature. That is it. That is all you can do.
Say no. They were paying for the sins of tearing apart their
greed.
It seemed like they weren't even really trying to solve the problem, not the townsfolk, but like the government. It seemed like they were like, this is super interesting, like let's see what's going on here, let's try this, let's see how, like they were treating it like a science experiment because they had never seen something like this happen to the point where they couldn't like put it out or cohabitate with it. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Wow.
So with the fire burning, the town itself was changing. The residents reported strange smells, smoke seeping from the ground, and something even far more terrifying, people were losing consciousness inside their homes.
Oh my God.
Carbon monoxide is colorless, odorless, and invisible. Some families became so frightened that they began keeping canaries in their homes, just like the miners once did underground. Because canaries react toxic gas faster than humans do. If the bird becomes sluggish or died, it meant the air itself could kill you next. This is super interesting because I had never known where that saying, the canary in the coal mine, came from. Never had I ever known what that meant.
I didn't know about that saying, but I did hear that they did keep canaries in the coal mines. But how does it kill the canary and not you at the same time? Just because it's smaller?
Because it's smaller.
Oh.
So like its respiratory rates are smaller. It can only take in so much, whereas your body's a lot larger. Yeah. But
why canaries?
I don't know. Maybe it's not canaries specifically, but yeah, maybe those were easily captured or something like that.
That's what I was just wondering that.
The pictures that I seen were crazy on this. I couldn't even believe it. They're so cute. They're like, they keep them
Little
in these
yellow ones,
little
right?
cages, but they have like a little lamp on them, and they carry them around the mines like this. But I never knew that that's where that like saying came from, a canary in a coal mine, like being an alert or like telling you that something's wrong, you know. Never knew that's where that came from.
Did they like tweet? Like, did they like
I'm assuming
make noise
like
if there was something
you
wrong?
would just like watch it and it would start acting weird, or it would just die and you'd be like, okay, let's get out of here. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't
And
know.
as far as that goes, is carbon monoxide like an extremely common, I don't know, but is that an extremely common thing with coal specifically? Because if it burns, it causes carbon monoxide?
I would imagine so, yeah, because isn't that like what is the gas that gives off when fire is burning, like, is carbon monoxide? It's the same
I think so.
reason
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, carbon monoxide kills like a lot of people, like everywhere in the world.
Because it's colorless and odorless.
Yeah,
so
you don't even know, like, as if that wasn't enough, like losing consciousness in your home because a fire is burning beneath you.
I would have fucking been left. I would have been like, bye. Especially just like this. They were saying they were seeing fumes come out of the ground. Like, I'm not gonna stay. I'm out of here.
These people were stubborn.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because I would be fucking long
like
gone.
we were talking about, like, these are miners. They're hardened. They're like, I can handle anything at this point. I've been living in the mines for my whole life. Like, obviously, I can handle
thought they could handle it. But I mean, I don't know. Even just like older people are stubborn in general, like regardless of what it is. So I get it. And you don't want to leave your home. And I understand all that. But at the same time, like, that's your, like,
what's more important, like, your home and being able to create a future, or
I
don't know,
your life. Yeah,
I can understand
more important.
Not wanting to leave, but at the same time, just know this is even worse though, because after people started passing out in their freaking homes, like, the earth began opening up itself. In the late 1970s, danger became impossible to ignore. The mayor of Centralia, John Coddington, owned a gas station in town. The mayor is also the owner of the gas station. That tells you just how small this town is.
Yeah.
One day he checked his underground fuel tank with a dipstick. When he pulled it out, it was hot. Not warm, but like hot to the touch. He measured the gasoline's temperature. It was 172 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God. That was like ready to explode.
Yeah, like moments. I mean, it was burning directly beneath all of the town's infrastructure.
I wouldn't even thought about that. The gas station. No.
The gas station. I don't know how it didn't blow.
Yeah.
What temperature does it have to be in order for gasoline to just blow?
I don't know. But that's too much. 170. I feel like that's really like, that's like,
I don't know. I mean, like, your oven cooks at like 350.
But for gas though.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be hotter than
that. Because it's like a fossil fuel. Like, I feel like, well, I don't know. Because maybe, I mean, because it is a fossil fuel, it can handle higher temperatures. But that's what gas does when it hits a car, it explodes. Like, that's like how it goes.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Either way, it's wild. These people are just living with this crazy shit. Even after this man, something even worse happened. So, until Valentine's Day of 1981, a 12-year-old boy, Todd Dombrowski, was playing in his grandmother's backyard when the ground suddenly opened up beneath him. A sinkhole 4 feet wide without warning, Todd plunged downward into the earth. Below him, a cavern ventilating lethal carbon monoxide gas. He managed to grab onto a tree root hanging there as the ground collapsed around him. His cousin witnessed the incident and pulled him free.
Oh, shit.
Todd had only been inside the hole for around 45 seconds, but when rescuers reached him, he was covered in scorching hot mud. Like, it had baked this mud like onto his skin and his clothing. It's crazy. His like clothes were literally hot to the touch, and he reeked like sulfur. So paramedics, they immediately stripped his clothing away, and they thought he was going to be severely burned and have carbon monoxide poisoning. He was rushed to the hospital, and they gave him a blood gas test. But he survived.
Oh, good. Okay. I thought it was going to be
I wouldn't spring that on you.
Okay.
But so this documentary that I watched, it's really cool because it's like an old 8mm film.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
You know how those movies are like super silent and you just hear the people talking?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the boy is actually in this documentary and he's sitting there talking with his mom and they left after. Like his family packed up and left. They were like, no, we're done. Like that's enough. Like our kid means more than that. And he was talking about it and the little boy was like, I'm just really scared for my friends and the rest
People
of my
that are
family and my
living here
community
still.
that are still staying there. Like they're refusing to leave.
Yeah.
I like it there a lot, but I'm still concerned about my friends and about the other people here that want to leave and can't leave. I still want to help them out as much as I
Refusing
can.
to leave.
Yeah. Absolutely. I would be too. I would have been like, everybody, we need to go. Like, let's pack up and get out of here. We can build this new town somewhere else.
I'm surprised that people stayed after this. I mean, obviously there was like a mass exodus after, and we'll get into how this town got like abandoned,
desolated,
to this degree. But this family decided to leave, and it was a really good thing. After they pulled him out, obviously, and rushed him to the hospital, like experts came back and they tested this hole. And they concluded that if he was in that hole, like even slightly longer, seconds longer, he would have likely suffocated to death. One bystander dropped a cinder block into the hole just to see how deep it was, but he never heard it hit the bottom.
Wow. Wow, so it just kept, how did he get out there? Well, I know you said he grabbed a tree.
Yeah, like he like held on for life, and then his cousin seen it and he like ran over and grabbed him.
Okay, so if he would have not grabbed that, he would have just been like, all the way down.
Plunged right down.
Core of the earth.
Yeah. Especially if it was that deep that you couldn't even hear the cinder block.
Yeah.
To the bottom.
Oh my God. Those are heavy too.
When I read this story, I was like sweating because I just imagined this happening to my own son, just like playing outside nonchalantly, and then just like the earth opens beneath him and tries to swallow him. I don't know.
Well, thankfully we don't have coal mines underneath.
I just
that are burning and that we know of, but we won't.
I was gonna say, I mean, but this could happen. Not this specifically, but think of how many things are actually happening around the earth or around the world, around the US, and it's things like we don't know are happening. Like it's covered up. We're lied to about it. Look at, I don't know if you know what Love Canal is, and it's definitely something I want to talk about because this happened in like Grand Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's bad.
In what way?
You know about like the industry around like Tonawanda, like Grand Island area, like DuPont.
Like the tires? The rubber factory? Okay. Yeah.
So they manufactured some bad shit, and
like nuclear?
No.
Oh.
Just like stuff that we found down the line, like Teflon.
Oh.
That have terrible implications on like the human body, and they were just dumping this into the water sources around this area. And
how does that work?
This is right here too. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like, so why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
What the?
I don't know. I think like it comes a point when somebody realizes what's going on, and another person is like, shh, like we're not talking.
Before
you know what I mean, like, or like here's some money, shut up about it. You know what I mean,
dude? That's messed up. And like again, though, it's like these people that are doing that, like they live here too. Like, why would you put like you have children, you have families, like you're infecting them just as much as you are like yourself.
Well, there's a reason why the elite don't put themselves on the same level as us. The reason why they don't follow the same
that's
rules.
What you're talking about.
The same reasons why they don't live amongst us. Like that's why. Why the same? Never mind.
Okay.
I was about to pop off.
Yeah.
But no. If this had happened to my family and this had happened to my son, I'd be living in the Motel 6. I don't.
Yeah, I would.
I don't care. I don't care how hard it would be to leave this town. Like I'm
not that attached. Yeah.
You know.
I am not that attached. I promise.
This image of this little boy like being swallowed by the earth became national news, and suddenly Centralia was no longer ignored. After the Todd Dabrowski incident, public pressure exploded. Officials finally commissioned serious studies on extinguishing the fire completely. The cost was hundreds of millions of dollars, and that's far more than the government was willing to spend. So instead of saving this town, they decided to abandon it. In 1984, Congress allocated $42 million for the voluntary relocation of Centralia, Burnsville, and Germantown residents. So, yes, Centralia was not the only town that was affected by this, because these places were so tightly like interwoven. They were like right next to each other. Why it even became its own thing to begin with, like why Germantown and Burnsville and
why not just leave it? Burnsville.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible. So wait, the government gave like the residents like a total of like 42 million, like a pot of that to move out of there.
Yes. Basically, they were like, they allocated that much for the town itself. So obviously they would divvy up however much to
each person to move. I would do that. You have no choice, obviously. Like, at least they did that. They didn't even have to do that.
It gets so much worse than that, though.
Oh, Jesus.
Families were offered buyouts for their homes, but the residents argued that the offers were insultingly low, and many people refused to leave. Some believed that the fire would burn out. Others believed that officials exaggerated the danger. Some people believe the state wanted the land for the coal beneath it.
To others, it was and remains home. Beneath it are wealthy deposits of anthracite coal. There are some who claim the government hasn't put out the fire because they want to put out the people first, so they can mine the coal. The battle continues. Some fight to preserve their past. Others fight for a better future.
Is that fair? I don't think
that's fair, because it's obviously like that's an investment that person is giving you to buy out your home.
It's not a person.
Or the state's giving you to buy out your home. But that's the same thing like a bank. Like, they're going to charge you, like, the insurance companies charge you more if you're like in a flood zone or like in these different like types of.
I don't think that's
like if you have
either.
Tornadoes in your area, like they're getting charge you more because you're more likely to cost them money, basically.
Yeah, and
so
I think
get
insurance
that,
is a fucking scam.
Oh, I know. God, I know. I know. I agree. I'm just saying, like, from devil's advocate point of view, like, they know that your home is clearly like a liability. Yes. Why would I give you any more money for that?
My thing was like, if you were selling it to like another person or another family wanted to purchase this home and build like their livelihood with it, but this is the state trying to buy people's homes so they can get out
and
build a new life. Yeah, forcing them.
You said that they took an eminent domain, and then, I mean, they didn't really have a choice. So it was a slap in the face, but they also needed to leave anyway. So I don't know. I feel like they could have given them nothing and still made them leave, but at least they like bought out their homes when there was nothing that, I mean, they tried to put the fire out. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's like between
you're saying like they're doing the right thing.
They're doing the right thing, but it's like, what more can these people like expect them to do? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I think it was their like skeptical nature of like what was actually going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, the fueling faction between neighbor and neighbor, like
the fumes, and you can see like
they really didn't know how. I mean, at the time, I'm sure obviously they knew carbon monoxide was deadly, but they didn't know the extent of it. They didn't know that's what was happening to them. They're always like, "Oh, I'm sick. I've been sick for 3 days. I don't know. I've been passing out on the couch. I don't know what's happening to me."
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they maybe didn't know that was what that was.
Sure. I don't know. I feel for these people, and I'm super skeptical of the government. Always.
Is there a danger? I mean, the fact that the temperatures are so high over there, is there a danger?
There's a danger in certain parts, yes. Right. Certain parts. The biggest danger, I guess, would be from the gases coming up, you know. But, how much, you know. See, is it enough to injure anybody, to kill them, or put them in a... We actually don't know.
I agree, but it's almost like what are you fighting against? Like, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. Yeah. The ground underneath you is dissolving. Like, there's nothing you can do. And you're lucky that the government didn't just say, go fuck yourself and
Yeah,
you can just go buy a
skedaddle.
home and see you later, alligator.
You lost
and
completely.
Didn't fucking give them 42 million nothing, and didn't give them money for their house. I mean, they could have done that too. So I don't know.
I wish I
don't know.
knew exactly what the population of this town was. I'm sure I could look it up real quick, but $42 million isn't.
That's for 3 towns, though, right? That was for all 3 of those towns.
Yeah, so either way, like, that's not a lot of money for 3 entire communities.
Well, was that for the buyouts of the homes also?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just for like, here's some traveling money. No, maybe get you a hotel. Okay.
No, like that's what the buyout was.
Okay.
Yeah. So clearly,
I get it. I don't know. I mean, for one little tiny town, $42 million is for a town that's not worth shit anymore.
Didn't like we just get like a grant for like $6 million to like revitalize our village?
I think it was more than that.
More than that, it was. And that's just to remodel places.
I might be lying.
Don't not to relocate an entire town of people. Like, I don't know. What are these people
Yeah,
gonna
but
do?
that was back in the day. That was what, 80s or 90s?
This was in the 80s when they bought them out finally.
Oh, I mean, their money was worth a lot more. So it could have been double that now. I don't know. Maybe that's exaggerating. But still a lot more.
20 years though, they even just like all the bureaucracy, they're like, oh, we still don't know what to do. Oh, we don't know what to do.
What, would you? They're just people.
I don't know.
They're just people. I mean, what would you do against Mother Nature? Like, there's really, I mean, that's
I'm not talking about you fire gonna burn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, at that point, what are you gonna do? You just need to leave. You just need to leave and hope and pray that it doesn't find you where you're going.
Yeah,
and
that's that. People are displaced from their homes in a lot worse situations than this.
Absolutely.
You know,
like I said, and they didn't have to give them money. At least they like try to do the right thing and do something for them.
I mean, it's definitely a different perspective. I guess I got swept up in the emotions of the people that I was watching these videos.
I mean, I wouldn't want to leave my home, but
like the children and the old people that just, they like, what are they going to do? The U.S. Postal Service revoked Centralia's zip code.
It's too much. Like, you didn't have to do all that.
Just left it, right?
Just left it. Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to make it seem like this place did not exist anymore.
They removed their whole zip code and then just said like, oh,
this isn't here anymore.
That's
what I'm saying. So like, it's that easy to manipulate time and space for like officials to just be like, this place doesn't exist anymore,
Yeah.
And people how many people didn't know about Centralia before, and they're like, oh, this is not even a place. I don't even know what this is. It's just a patch of earth.
That's so wild though, that it really is like that easy.
It is.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. Just saying. Here goes your zip code.
Yeah.
Slowly that worked over time, trying to erase it, because in 2013, only 7 residents remained. These residents were granted the right to stay for as long as they lived. They could not sell their homes or pass them on to their heirs. Once a resident passes away or moves out, the property is forfeited to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So
that was in 2013. So I'm sure some of them are probably passed away by now.
Some of them, yes. I think by the end of my writing, I think it came down to 4 or 5. Wow. They couldn't be sure of how many people still resided there.
Like present day?
Yes, present day, like 2026.
Wow. And that sucks that they couldn't they got money for their home, but they just didn't leave.
No.
So they couldn't pass it down.
I don't know if they got the money if they stayed. I don't think they did.
Oh.
No, why would they? The buyout was for their home, their land, and to place them somewhere else.
I would have been gone. They got more backbone than I do.
I was watching the videos of these people, man. This man was crying to this day. He's like 80 years old, and he was crying about just like wanting to go back home. He's like, I have not felt home for 60
stop.
years.
You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, I felt sad. Yeah, so like, I don't know. It's like old timey, and people are rooted.
Yeah, but it's almost just like you gotta move on. Like, what else can you do? What else can you do? You can't do anything.
No, you can't. Well, they stayed.
I mean, they
stayed and
stayed with the
lived
guy.
with it.
I mean, I
I
understand,
think that
but
also encouraged people to be like, oh, okay, this is definitely the government just trying to take our coal because Joe Blow
Yeah.
down the block still lives there and he's alive and he's 96 years old. You know what I mean?
yeah. And if
I-
he would have been sick before we would have got sick.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I get it. Conspiracies and all sorts of stuff. Like, especially they hide shit. Like, they don't tell you the full story. So it's like you can only speculate at that point. Like, what else can you do?
My point exactly.
Yeah.
I don't be trusting no government. So obviously 2013 is relatively modern day. I mean, the early 2010s, whatever. You think of a story like this and you're like, oh, that's ancient history at that point. But you're like 2013, people are still living there. But before 2020, many visitors that traveled through Centralia would see the infamous graffiti highway, a stretch of abandoned roadway covered entirely in colorful artwork, a strange explosion of color in the middle of a dying town. Eventually, officials buried the highway beneath piles of dirt, discouraging tourism. But it didn't work. People still come, and they
Why would you discourage tourism? Like, let people see it. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna hurt?
the danger. I don't know.
Is it still burning under there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's
Okay. Well, then I probably
100% still burning.
To be there.
I get it. I totally get it. You know, you're trying to deter people.
I feel like that was only would have been only a matter of time though, for something like that to happen, like that big of a tragedy to happen. Like, I mean, even just something like I lit a cigarette and flicked it in the
Right.
like you never know.
Right, like how didn't like just standard house fires in this area cause something like that to happen? Like it sounds like a freak accident, like literally.
Like yeah, but it's also like such a freak accident that it's just like insane how bad that it got. Like
I wonder
it's
if it could
never
have been,
you can't
like-
stop it. That's
I wonder,
crazy.
It's probably because they thought that it was out. You know,
And
like
so they stopped trying. And then,
no, I'm saying like they lit their trash fire for their Memorial Day celebration and they like wiped their hands of it. You know, they put it out as they usually did, and they're like, okay, let's go about our business. And then later they realize, oh, this is still smoldering. Like if they had caught it before they like walked away, maybe it wouldn't have gotten this bad.
Yeah,
but they thought it was like business as usual.
that is crazy though. How like small that is to cause such a.
That's what I'm saying.
uproar.
It seems like a freak accident at that point.
Yep, that's nuts.
But I'm really sad that this graffiti highway is gone because that was like one of the first things I seen when I started like looking into Centralia. In the past.
I know. I've seen they barricaded it from like either side, whatever, it cuts off somewhere, and then you can't obviously get through. But I've seen like drone photos of like.
You couldn't like drive on it, but you could obviously like park a car there and walk down the road. But now it's literally just like these mounds of ugly dirt just like thrown there. Not even like, you know, it's not like they like paved it out, made it like look nice and cover the road.
Which
It's
I get
literally like mounds of dirt.
That unsafe. Like, I understand if it's unsafe.
people still are going. I mean, they go and they started a new graffiti highway.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Like it's very interesting how nothing that's never happened like anywhere ever. I mean, maybe it did. I shouldn't say. I don't fucking know. But like that's it maybe not known. It's not obviously as known as Centralia is. So
there's lots of places that are just like gone off the map. Like Centralia isn't the only place that's like a legitimate ghost town. I think maybe it's like modern American history and it was so publicized to think like I was saying about their families just like staying there, and like this old man who was like, oh, I left, Joe Blow down the block still there, and he's like brokenhearted about it. I can definitely understand that, where you purchase like your home or you built it with your bare hands and you're like, this is going to be my legacy piece. It's like something that I can give to my children and my children's children and my children's children.
And it sounds like it was such a boom town, so it was such a great place to do this, and then it's like it flipped like that. Like that's crazy.
And it wasn't because, like, let's say, you know, like how the gold rush happened and people came from miles around and just like posted up shop here
And-
because there was
But they made like
opportunities.
tents and shit. Like I feel like
and
they
then
did
they were like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, like when it washed up, it's like clearly this community was still going, was still thriving. People still stayed. They loved it here.
I mean, their loved ones are buried there. Their pets are buried there.
there's
Like their family.
cemeteries, lots of cemeteries.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they
that's
still hold.
Their town. I get that. I get that.
What's even wilder? Listen to this. They still hold Memorial Day celebrations at Centralia to this day.
Wow. That's this weekend.
Yeah.
That is this weekend.
Maybe they got something going on. I'll have to look. Actually, I think they do because I did come across the Facebook page for it when I was.
Come on down to our abandoned town, and we're gonna have some fireworks. We'll see how far we can get this underground fire cracking.
But so right now, like I said, to this day, they're doing that. 5 people still live here.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Were they the ones that posted it on Facebook?
I don't think so. No, these are people from like surrounding. They're people that are like legacy people that lived in Centralia and then they moved away, but obviously not too far away. They're like, this is still like my home. I still live in Pennsylvania. They probably moved 2 cities over.
Well, who organized that? Like,
I don't know.
It was people that live there?
Yeah, it's like a town of Centralia, like freaking Facebook group.
Okay, so like we got the mayor, we got the town clerk,
the guy's the mayor, the police officer,
sheriff,
firefighter.
Yeah, there's 5 of them, and they're one at
the constable.
And they had a saloon or whatever. That was like the first building they built.
He's the
That's
bartender.
still there. I don't know.
One of the most iconic structures that are actually still standing there is it's the Assumption of the Blessed Mary Church. And the reason why it's still there and not torn down is because it was perched on top of like solid rock.
Oh.
Veil against it. And when we think about hell, we think about fire and brimstone, and the town itself is undermined by fire, and yet here on this property we are built on solid rock and the church remains strong.
So
the coals never touched it.
Nice. That's cool as fuck.
And like every Sunday, parishioners still go to church there.
Wow.
Yeah.
From like out of town.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So like these people that run the Centralia Facebook page, whatever, they're probably like 2 towns over. It's like from here
they're in
going
Burnsville.
to like Hamburg or something.
They're in Burnsville.
No, Burnsville gone.
Greenstown or whatever.
No, Germantown and Burnsville gone.
Greentown. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know.
You know what I mean? They probably moved like 20 miles away and they're like, okay, we're good now, but like we can still go when we want to. We can still see our home.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably heartbreaking every time you go back.
Or it's nice because you can go back.
Yeah.
Like it could have been, I feel like that could have been so much worse. Like the whole, could have been like Stranger Things where just like the whole town
just fell into the earth and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the future holds for this town. I really don't. This church was actually designated as a pilgrimage site, and every August, hundreds of travelers come to this location to like seek spiritual healing. I don't know.
Wow.
The church is beautiful. It's actually, one of the iconic structures that are in the Silent Hill movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like based off of that church that's still there.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Nice. That's a really cool church too. It's like huge.
Yeah, it's not that big in reality. But, like I'm saying, they modeled it off of that.
Nice.
So along with this church, there's also cemeteries that are everywhere around there. There's 3 of them that are still left: St. Ignatius, SS Peter and Paul, and Oddfellows. So Oddfellows is actually the cemetery that was directly next to where they started the fire.
Oh.
So
it's still there though. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? I don't know.
What happened with like the people that were buried, like that cemeteries that didn't survive, where they just perished in the...
I have no idea. I don't know if there actually was any other cemeteries other than these 2, or if they just like decommissioned one and made it the same name as the ones that are already still there. I don't know if any of them were like lost or anything like that.
That's good. That's good because that'd be kind of gross. Bodies were burning.
I just think it's crazy that like this cemetery, it's a cemetery. It's like symbolizing death and people leaving.
Is where the fire
And that's where the birth of the death of their town happened.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Weird. Why would they do that in a cemetery? Like you start a whole trail.
It was behind the cemetery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, I guess it was like a local dump. I mean, by a cemetery.
Yeah, that's I'm like
garbage by dead people.
Yeah, that's rude. Gotta have some respect for the dead.
But and not only that, but like the name of this cemetery is kind of weird. Like Odd Fellows. What is that?
I like it though.
I like it. No, I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's odd.
Odd
It's
Fellows.
odd.
Yeah, it's odd.
So like even to this day, when people go to Centralia and go to Traverse or Urban Explorer, I guess you would call it. I don't know if it's Urban Explorer or what do they call that? Rural Explorer? Do you call it something else?
Urban's alright.
But even when they go like on super cold and wet rainy days, like that's when you can see the smoke actually coming out of the ground because the temperature is so much colder.
It's cooling it down. Yeah.
So you can actually visibly see it. People really want to see that. Like that's like the number one reason why they go.
I would too.
And
I'd be like, I'm not leaving till I see
like
it.
Coming from gravestones, I'm sure
it makes it real. You know, like you wouldn't want to. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go there and not see it.
I mean, I'm sure you can feel like the heat coming from the ground in some areas.
Like, touch the ground and then it's like hot.
Whenever people think of Centralia, the first thing they think is what?
Silent Hill.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
And like I said before, they're technically they're correct, but they're technically wrong because it was just the 2006 film adaptation that was based off of it. The screenwriter, Roger Avery, once explained that his father was a mining engineer and frequently told him stories about mine fires, especially Centralia. And when Avery helped adapt Silent Hill for film, the imagery became unmistakable. Ghost town consumed by underground fire, ash falling from the sky, massive cracks splitting open and the roads apart. Even the shattered roadway isolating the town mirrors Pennsylvania's Route 61. So, like, the graffiti highway is Route 61. That's defunct at this point. So, this is actually really, really fun little Easter egg about this, that when they were working on the film, they didn't want, like, Silent Hill fans to be, like, because obviously if you play the video game, you're like, oh, Silent Hill is my shit. They didn't want people to be like super into the development of it. And you know how fans are, they like think they own something and they get super involved in it. Like they changed the way Sonic looked, fans did, as soon as a picture was released on it. But anyway, the working title for their script was actually called Centralia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I like Silent Hill way better though.
Oh, I mean,
like I like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Centralia
it does mirror what happens in the video game quite a bit, but like in the video game, the reason why there was fog there was because the video game software couldn't handle running that many frame rates per second, so they like used the fog to hide the graphic limitations.
Wow.
Yeah. That happened.
That
happened a lot in a lot of games, and I think the only reason why Silent Hill worked so well is because of the atmosphere it created.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So, I wrote this entire diatribe here on Silent Hill.
Okay.
So, like, the movie was obviously my first introduction to it because I was young when the video game first came out. It actually might have come out even before my birth, and by the time I even got into video games, it wasn't within my no, not that it wasn't popular, because I don't give a shit about that, but like I don't think it was in like my realm of capabilities to play video games like that. At the time, I was probably playing like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, like simple shit. And that was obviously the first time I was like, oh, Centralia. What is that? You know, I'm not sure like where I even heard that Centralia was connected to Silent Hill, and where did you hear that?
Oh my goodness.
Was it like a post DVD credit or something like that?
I don't even think so. It was like something. It was a while ago though.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
it was.
the movie came out in 2006.
I'm
so.
trying to think. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something to do with the movie. Like that, I think I was looking like info up, and because I know there's a second Silent Hill movie,
Yeah.
and I might have found out after that movie,
Okay.
and then realized.
I just wonder like where, when, and
and
where people made the connection between the two.
Yeah, I think I was
And-
just like looking shit up on it. Like I don't think it was like, and then
Something.
it was something I came across like on the internet.
Because I was looking for like interviews of the screenwriter of the movie, like him talking about it. I literally couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, there was like documents of like interviews, him saying these things, but there wasn't like a video of him talking about it. I thought maybe it would be in like a post credit or a behind the scenes or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but if they named their thing
Their working title,
Centralia,
I have to
Should
be
be.
honest though, because I am not the biggest fan of the movie. When I first seen it, I was like, this is cool. And that was my first introduction to it. I spent a lot of time after the fact, like watching video game walkthroughs and listening to soundtracks and just like taking in the video game Silent Hill before I even played it. So I became obsessed with it by the time that the remake of Silent Hill 2 came out, which is
I don't know. I like the first one.
Did you play it?
Oh, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh no.
The fucking movie.
No, the remake of Silent Hill 2, the video game.
I haven't played any of, like I said, I think I've just watched. I might have just been watching you play Silent Hill. Like I've just watched somebody play it. I never played it myself.
So that came out in 2024, and that was actually
the first one. I haven't seen that at all.
That didn't get remade yet, but the first one, the first video game. I don't know. Silent Hill 2 was like the crux.
Okay.
Like a lot of people say it's the best one.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't fight me. Don't fight me. But
I don't know.
after I was able to like get my hands on a game and play it within like my capabilities, I have a hard time with like video game controllers, and I think that's probably why I never really dabbled in video games at the time. So now I'm playing PC and I get it. I get how to play it. I'm playing Silent Hill 2 and I'm literally in love. It opened up what horror was for me, because I'm super desensitized to all horror. Like even video games now.
Wow.
Video games used to be the one thing that still gets me, but this game gets me.
Yeah.
Like the tension, the atmosphere, the soundtrack, the scoring of it. It's literally like nonstop tension. I'm stuck at the prison.
Oh, jeez.
Ever. I'm just stuck.
I was just playing Resident Evil, and I've been stuck on that one for.
Oh, Resident Evil is just kind of like fun though.
It is. I love it. It's so fun.
They don't get that same like tension and atmosphere that.
No, it's fun. And I was playing. Have you ever played the Medium?
We talked about that.
That's kind of like Silent Hill too.
I got issues with fixed camera, and that's part of the reason why I struggle.
Well, what do you
with
like
video games. Then? I like either first or third person.
I like third person, but you're talking about like if it's coming towards you, it changes this way. And you gotta that's why I can't get past this big Mothman because of that. Because it browns the corner, and then you gotta fucking change your controls up. And I'm like, dude, every fucking time, and it always catches me and it eats me.
Like survival horror, like purist, they're like, you don't even like survival horror if you don't play like fixed camera.
I don't like that.
And I'm like,
fuck you.
Maybe it's the millennial in me. Maybe it's my introduction of video games being with like a more modern day capabilities that I'm like, I can't do it or I don't get it.
Yeah.
But like I can watch.
I like third person. That's like watching yourself.
Yeah, watching your character play.
I would just rather watch the character play than, or first person's fine if it's like a shooter game or something. I like that.
First person too. Yeah.
It depends on the type of game.
But first or third is usually what I go with. But
fix, I don't like that at all. Dude.
I get it as like a more cinematic approach to a video game. I get that it kind of takes like the video gaminess out of it, but
it's confusing to play.
It is hard to play, unless it was something you grew up with. Because me and my boyfriend talk about this all the time. He makes fun of me for it, so whatever. But it's just the fact that video games are so like visceral. Like you have to move your character. You have to put yourself in that situation
Yeah,
in
you
order
do.
to like move or play
Be
the
good
game
at
at
it.
all.
Put your head in the game.
And I'm stuck, dude. Like I've tried. I'm just
Are you like scared to go past
I don't know if
it?
it's like I'm scared. I don't know if I'm scared or like my brain just refuses to process what's happening.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm stuck. Centralia is horrifying because the destruction feels so ordinary. Not a nuclear explosion, not a meteor strike, not some supernatural curse. One mistake, and underneath the town, something ancient and buried awakened. The fire still burns today, and experts believe it may continue burning for another 250 years. A town erased but not gone, because Centralia exists, not as a community, not as a place where people truly live anymore, but as a warning about greed, neglect, bureaucracy. Beneath the earth, there are over 20 different states across the US that a fire rages on. It's hard to believe that nothing is permanent.
It is. It is. It's very strange. And it just makes you think like how simple of a thing to cause like such like insane destruction.
Well, that's all I have for today.
Okay, guys, that was today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials. We'll have some new episodes coming up for you, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.